I'm tired already. But anyway, what's up guys? I'm gonna do a little stoppie tutorial because some of my friends are wanting to get into stoppies and they kind of want an explanation on it. So first I'm gonna roll a stoppie, kind of figure out real quick what I do, and then I'll explain it. I'm gonna get speed, jam, and hold it, and yeah. So let's see, let's break it down. First of all, when you're gonna do stoppies, you want to get speed with it. You don't want to just like come to a complete stop and snap the front brakes and lift up. The reason you don't want to do that, like at the beginning I kind of did it a little bit just so I could get used to some height, because I didn't want to flip while rolling. I was like, if I flip, I want to just flip at a standstill, so hopefully it doesn't hurt me. And I was doing that on the Grom, not really this. But it's just not really a good way to go about it, because if you flip, you don't really learn anything. Like, if you flip from a dead stop, it basically means your initial jam was too much. You didn't get to like experiment and find out where like passing a certain point was. I'm making a video, bruv. So, cause like I flipped before, but the only time I flipped was coming up a ramp and like jamming, and so that wasn't really like the same as rolling into it and flipping. It was basically all one motion of flipping. So yeah, that's why you don't really want to do it like the way. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to come in with some speed and you kind of just jam real quick like that. You lift up the front end, and then like once you're up, you'll be on the brake and playing around with it here and there. If you're really high, you might be fully off the brake and have to like get back on a little bit. And the way, I guess if I wouldn't do this like a 4-finger thing, I'd be doing 2 fingers. And a couple mods that might help you if your front end kind of sucks. First of all, you need ABS disabled. Secondly, you can have steel braided brake lines, better calipers, and obviously having a bike with 2 rotors will be good, but my Grom has 1 rotor and so do dirt bikes, so you can still do it with 1 obviously. And Brembo master cylinder, I think like the 19 is like the better one for stoppies. This one is usable, but it doesn't feel as good as other bikes that have had better master cylinders that I've rode. What up, son? So yeah, there's a couple mods that could help you, but you could do this all stock. I was rolling this bike with stock brake lines, like the rubber lines, and this stock master cylinder. My 636 feels better than this thing. It kind of makes me really want to upgrade the master cylinder. But yeah, and what I would do too, like, so the more speed you come in with, the more time you have to play with it. But I wouldn't go like super fast, especially, I don't know, you just don't really want to get hurt really fast. So I would come in kind of slower, but still obviously moving, and work on like a little bit of brake and just barely kind of start lifting it up slower and slower. Come in with the same amount of speed every time and work on like your jam and lifting it up, and as you're rolling, trying to lift it higher. Another thing that you need to focus on is your body movement. A lot of the times you'll see like people who can roll real far, they kind of like lift their ass a little bit, and then like the bike comes up to their ass. Don't like be trying to do all that stuff in the beginning. Really just work on like having like your arms square and straight and just jamming with the brake, not leaning forward and bending your arms, and like leave your feet in the same riding position that you ride in. Don't like try to move your feet up, like the balls of them up to the thing and all that kind of stuff. Just leave your body square and straight, like arms straight. And also be looking out ahead. Don't look at something. Like if I wanted to roll a stoppie up to this yellow thing, I don't want to look at the yellow thing. I want to be looking out past it. Because not exactly like if the goal is to roll up to it, but if the goal is to roll from there and like be able to make this distance, but if I want to keep going farther, like I'm trying to do that, you don't want to look, like you want to use this as a reference to figure out how far you're rolling, but you don't want to look at this. You want to be looking out ahead, like, and up, because you don't want to get target fixation and come up to that and then flip or you could just be coming up to what you're looking at when you could be rolling farther, but you don't know why you can't keep, like, you keep looking at one thing and you're like, why can't I roll any farther in this? Well, it's because you're looking at that. So yeah, the thing with the Stoppies is, like, it was really inconsistent for me on the Grom in the beginning, and it's because I was doing too much with my body. If you really just lock your body into one position where you are comfortable riding, and like square up your arms, make sure you're all straight, make sure like your bars, everything like that is straight, and work on just like the snapping and like adding and releasing pressure of the brakes. That's how you're gonna, that's like the best way to learn, is with the brakes first. And then, like, if you want to have a little bit smoother lift off so your tire doesn't chirp or something like that, then you can be working on like a little bit of body finesse so it comes up a little smoother. That's another thing, tire chirping. Be running a good front tire. Like, I'm running a Michelin Pilot Power 2CT. I mean, I don't know if I'm sure there's better tires also, but like, this tire's fine. This is a good one. This is what I think Brian 636 runs. So yeah, take all that stuff, come in with some speed, jam. I lift it up really slow, but by the end I'm getting it really high. I'm getting it like close to balance point. Sometimes I've hit balance point. Right now I'm not like always rolling in it because my master kind of like squishes a lot once I get going. I think if I had a Brembo 19 it would be better. Like, I could definitely probably roll better, because I rode Tyler's bike one time with his 19 and picked up some Stoppies, and they were like the best Stoppies I had ever done, like first time on the bike with it. So where are they going? Yeah, I'm gonna just see if I can get a good angle of what I'm doing right here, let you guys watch. Okay, there's another thing that I need to point out. You want to initiate your Stoppie right after letting off the gas. So you want to be going, getting speed, let off, and jam. When you let off, your suspension is going to start compressing, so it's best to just go ahead and do the snap as it's compressing, and just go do that all in one fluid motion instead of letting off, starting to slow down, and then snapping it. It's just better to gas, brake, gas, brake. So I would just practice this by just kind of rolling with some speed at first, just like work on stopping really quick and just barely lifting the front end. Like, you're not even like really trying to stoppie, you're just trying to stop as quick as you can, and you stop real quick and you'll see, like just a second ago my front tire lifted off the ground, boom, just lifted a little bit. I'm not trying to roll, I'm just trying to stop. It's working. G is leaving. Gas, brake. Oh, now we got higher quicker, so we rolled a little better, but then I was letting it down too much. So yeah, here's one more thing that I'm gonna give you guys information wise. If you're because this is something I struggled with a lot. If you're trying to roll straight and your bike keeps like fishtailing out like to one side or the other, it's possible that it's your tire, or it's possible that it's your something related to your front end, whether your bars are twisted or your forks are bent or something like that. So inspect your bike first if you're like having problems going to one side, and maybe if you can try on multiple bikes, because like I would be able to roll my Grom pretty straight, but then not the R7, and I don't know why. But in the end, I think it still ended up really just being user error. It wasn't anything wrong with my R7, except for when my forks were bent. That was a problem. But the higher you go, the easier it is to manipulate how you're gonna, like, being able to steer. Oh, let's go, dude, yeah.
How are you rolling them so far?
Let's see how he does it. Oh yeah, he didn't come up with a lot of speed. Ooh, I'm high right now. Holy moly. I don't know how I still stopped so fast going that high, because that was one of the highest ones I've done. People will tell you how to steer Stoppies. You steer with your shoulders. That when I first started trying to steer them to correct my leaning to the right or whatever, like fishtail to the right, I was thinking that to steer it I could basically like push like how I would counter steer, and that doesn't work. The way that you steer it is going to be with your like literally actually with your shoulders. So you're gonna, I hope my GoPro can see it, but I'm gonna basically lean like, okay, I don't know if like this is a real dance or if this is just what I think, like shimmy shimmy yay, shimmy yay, shimmy ya. Like you'd be like shimmying your shoulders. You're gonna be pushing, like push your shoulder in. Imagine like I wanted to like shoulder check my odometer. Like that's how I'm going to be doing that. But you do it, you don't bend your arm when you do it. You're going to keep your arm straight and bend your shoulder in. You guys definitely can't see this, but maybe I'll get somebody to take a video of me so I can show you from a third person perspective. But yeah, that's how you're going to be steering it. So because what you're doing is instead of trying to turn the tire while your bike is up in the air, you're going to be using your shoulder, and when you lean and you're keeping your body stiff, you're basically pushing the bike back in the direction that it needs to go. And I was also thinking at the time, like I had been thinking, that's why I was mentioning where your foot position is. Also, don't tap the foot brake when you do a stoppie. That could like flip you over, but maybe, I don't know. When you brake tap like up in the air on a dirt bike, that's how you go down. Like you would rev limiter to stay up and brake tap to nose dive. So I imagine on a stoppie it might do that. But I was also thinking I could like put the balls of my feet on it, and when I go up I could like push with my feet. Like maybe if I push harder with my right foot, it'll keep the, like it'll push the bike back over to the left so I don't fishtail out to the right. That doesn't work. That's why you just need to sit comfortably, like regular riding position, you know, tug your, like hug your legs, you know, be up against the gas tank. Don't be lifting off the seat when you try to initiate the stoppie. Just regular riding position, locked arms, brake jam. Just work on your brake, get really consistent with the brake. And like once you start doing that, once you eliminate as many variables as possible and focus just on improving one, you'll improve way faster. Because I was so inconsistent on the Grom for like a month or two, and once I realized I just needed to keep my body stiff and just work on the brake, I got better way faster. Just come in with some speed, more speed than the Z125 guy did. No diss on him, but just like the amount of speed he was coming in with is a good amount to kind of work on just braking hard and getting used to the front end coming off. But if you want to start rolling, you're gonna have to come in with more speed, like at least 30 miles an hour. And don't let anybody tell you that you have to have a steering stabilizer to do stoppies. I don't have one. I'm still going pretty high. It's a little sketchy here and there because every once in a while I hit a bump that kind of shakes my bars, and a steering stabilizer would probably be good in that scenario. But I actually don't know if it would be that good. I don't know if it would really make a difference for bumps. It's kind of more of like speed wobbles, I think, that it helps with. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Equipment's not everything. Equipment definitely can help, and it can help you get better faster. But for the most part, you take somebody who can roll a couple 100 feet on a stoppie and put them on whatever bike you want to give them, they'll figure out a way. I mean, Toaster SSO, I don't know how, it probably was somewhat equipment related, but he rolled a stoppie on a moped. I don't even know how you do that. I've never seen anybody else do that. So check out Toaster SSO and Jesse Toller if you want to learn some stoppies. But yeah, they don't really like explain them, but they'll show you how high and how far you can really go with a bike. So yeah, I'm gonna roll one more. Maybe I'll get somebody to record me doing one. Oh, my girlfriend's waving over to me. Maybe I'll just roll up to her real quick. Oh! Almost dropped that shit. Yeah, here's another thing, guys. Like, a good way to judge if you're getting pretty good with stoppies is they say, which this doesn't really apply to a Grom because a Grom is so weak and, you know, not good at accelerating. But if you can roll as far as your run up, you're doing pretty good. So right now, this is a pretty high run up, but I'll probably start a little bit before I get to her. I didn't roll that much better than my run up. Like, I didn't roll as far as my run up at all, actually, but I'm not that good. I'm good enough to teach, though. Damn, I'm doing terrible today. Yeah, I'm gonna try again. So, like, when you do stoppies, if you're like actually getting close to balance point with like a regular sport bike or whatever like that, your tail should be able to go higher than your head. Like somebody looking at you from head on coming towards you, or like if you're going towards them, they should be able to see the tail of your bike over their head. I can usually get it like the 12 bar parallel with the top of my helmet, but I guess today I suck. I don't know. Oh, this one's higher. This is better. Sometimes to practice, I really just gotta do a bunch in a row. I'll probably leave all of this in there. That way you guys can see what just consistent, like over and over practice does. Because like I'm telling you, if you have all the fundamentals down, like every time I come out and do stoppies, I relearn a little bit, because I keep switching between the Grom, the 636, and this, and every break is drastically different between those three. So I gotta relearn a little bit. I'm gonna start rolling a little sooner too, so I can have it higher by the time it gets to the camera. Now I wasn't really paying attention. I might be rolling closer to my run up now. I'm not really sure. I didn't look. Probably not. I'm probably still could roll so much farther. And now kicked in a little bit of that steering. You guys wouldn't be able to see it, but I steered that a little bit. I had to push my shoulder into the left. Also guys, Motul 600 brake fluid, something with a higher boiling point. If you roll way too many stoppies in a row, you might give yourself brake fade. So try to chill out here and there too. That's pretty high. Yeah, we're gonna pick up sooner this time. I don't know if I want to adjust my brake at all either. Maybe go, I don't know which way is out, because last time when I adjusted it out a little bit, it felt nicer. Not too much. Like one notch. There we go. So that one should be able to show you guys a little bit of the steering. Since I rolled up to her, you'll see a little bit of what I had to do to steer it, to keep it straight. I'm just gonna start in third. Ooh, that was high. I think I hit balance point at some point there. I might roll one more, just because that one spooked me. Yeah, I'm still like getting into floating into balance point and stuff like that. So when I do get into balance point, like when you feel that, you feel it, it goes weightless, and when it does that, you let off the brake. That fucking scares me. Okay, we're Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.